Hello, welcome back. Today I am doing a love reading for you for the week of May 30th until June 5th, 2021. This will be for sun, moon, and rising signs, maybe a Venus sign in Pisces, should you be cross-watching. And as always, this is a general love connection reading and it might not resonate for you. That is totally okay. Take the things that are for you today and leave everything else behind to get into your higher vibes. As I spoke about the last time we did a love connection reading, I do want to reiterate that love connections aren't always romantic. Sometimes they have to do with our friends, with our families, with anybody that we have an intimate relationship with. So keep that in mind as you watch for the things that are resonating for you. And should this reading resonate, please leave me a thumbs up and any comments or questions you have down below. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. That would mean the world to me. All right, what's going on for Pisces? Okay, overall energy for you in this connection reading is the King of Swords here, Pisces. Possibly dealing with an Aquarius here right now. We also have the star showing up. We're going to be talking about communication, I think, in this reading, and frustrating communication. I think, honestly, this isn't an ooey-gooey love story happening before me here. For them in this connection, we have the Star, the Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. This to me is energy of somebody who has obsessive, single-minded focus. So they decide they want to achieve something. They decide they want to date a specific person. They decide whatever their mind gets set on, it is single-minded focus. It's all they're talking about. It's all they're looking into. It is all they want to engage with. And it really just feels like they're in that sort of mindset right now. However, I don't think you are the object of this fixation. I think whatever this is something external to romance, external to relationships, but it's taking up and occupying a lot of space between you and this person, and between this person and anybody else who's around them who isn't actively part of whatever is going on here. For you in this connection, we have the Ten of Wands, the Fool, and the Temperance card. This is a nice kind of energy for you, Pisces. This to me is really about figuring out and defining your own sense of self-worth, your own offerings, what you have to give to the world, what you have to give to other people, the skills, the passions, the joys that you carry with you. And after, I think, probably a period of time where you were somewhere where that was not being received well, where you were not being celebrated for your gifts, you finally have been moving on with your life and like really recognizing the power of what you do have, the power of who you are. And you're now ready to throw yourself into something that is going to feel, you know, good for you. That's going to feel at long last like I am where I need to be, I am where I should be, and I'm achieving what I need and want to achieve in this world. So it's interesting here, the energy between the two of you is both very focused on self, which is generally fine. I do think the best relationships and partnerships happen with two people that are very self-aware. For you though, it's like you're in this space of being really open to exploring new things, of trying new things, of throwing yourself into new scenarios. Like you're ready for your life to start effectively. You feel like you've been waiting for a long time to really like get it going in the way you want. And now you're ready to just like put yourself out there, put yourself into the world authentically and as yourself. And for this person, they're just like tunnel vision right now onto what they are looking to achieve or obtain. Now, when we come into the connection here, it's really interesting energy. We have Seven of Cups, Five of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. The energy that surfaces for me immediately is somebody saying you need to work on yourself before you can be with me. Now, I think that this is you. I think this is you that's saying that. Like, you know, you're not focused on me. You're not focused on what we're trying to do here. You're not focused on trying to be with me. All of your focus is elsewhere. All of your focus is on this thing that you're obsessing about right now. And until you're willing to put the work in on yourself to learn how to be able to make mental space, emotional space, not only for the things that you're focused on that are important to you, but also for these relationships in your life, then it's not going to work. And I think that's a really bold and big thing for you to say, Pisces. It feels a little bit out of nature for you to really have that backbone and say, like, you know, I have love for you, but you're not giving me what I need and I deserve more than that. And until you're willing to put that work in to fully recognize the places where in which I deserve that love, that attention from you, it's not happening. And I think this is going to sit heavier with this person than you think it will or than they think it will. And I don't know that it's going to be something that immediately is going to start to bug them, but it's going to slowly just start to eat at them and pick away at them and make them recognize, like, wow, I really have the blinders on. It's really been difficult for me to focus on more than just what I am into right now. So interesting energy. I don't know that this is like a relationship that's already in any kind of romantic space. It's like, I think probably an early dating situation or like just starting to explore, getting to know each other. Still early. Let's look at this King of Swords. And that's not the deck we want. Let's look at the King of Swords. Let's clarify. Strength card, Muse of Emotions, and the Ace of Voices. Yeah, this King of Swords energy is something you're carrying with you right now, I think, Pisces, in a big way, where in which you're recognizing the value of what you have to give. You're recognizing your strength, your power, how important it is that you are well connected to your psyche and to your heart and your emotions. And this person just isn't quite there yet. But being able to speak your truth, to summon that courage to say, if you're not going to be truly in it and you're not willing to give me attention in the ways that I need, if you're not willing to nurture the emotional needs that I have, if you're not willing to put work in on yourself to better develop this relationship between us, then I can't be part of it. That's really challenging to say to people that we care about. Very challenging. So I'm proud of you, if this is resonating for you as you're watching it, for really standing up for yourself. I think that's really challenging for a lot of us. Let's look at the star for this person. The Hermit, Awakening, and the Devil. Oof. Powerful little trio here. This person is going to be learning that they can't do everything alone. And that this is kind of like the crux of their personality, that they get really hyper focused and then they don't trust that anybody else can be there to help them. They don't trust that anybody else can follow through in the way that they can. They don't trust that anybody else has the care, has the attention, has the drive to do what they want to do. And that is a difficult lesson that they are about to be learning. And universe is going to make that very clear to them. And I think a lot of that's going to have to do with having this very challenging conversation between the two of you, to the effect of, you know, I just can't be along to listen to you talk about all these other things and never actually make time for our connection. Let's take a look for you here at the Temperance card. This is some Sagittarian energy. The Emperor, the Two of Inspiration, and the Knight of Materials. Yeah, I love this for you, Pisces. You're really starting to think about your future and what you want that to hold and how you're going to get there. And there's this real energy of becoming empowered. I know I've said this a few times, in yourself, in recognizing your own worth, your power in you. And I think you're like not trying to rush the process at all. You're really enjoying just feeling like you have this steady pace going forward right now. And yeah, you're planning for the future. You don't want anybody that's along for the ride unless they're really committed to being along for the ride. Let's look down here at this Five of Cups and the connection. Six of Materials, Eight of Voices, and the Hanged Muse. Yeah, I think the conversation really here is going to say, I don't feel there's equal give and take here. I don't feel you're as invested in me or in the relationship as I am. And until you're willing to be, I don't have space for it. I'm not hanging out forever. I refuse to be shackled to you, just like in limbo, waiting for you to decide that, okay, now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to put the work in. Now I'm ready to really get to know you. Now I'm ready to invest in our connection. We'll take one last message here from Spirit for you. The Emperor coming up again, the Nine of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. So maybe you're Pisces with some Aries in your chart here, or dealing with an Aries potentially. But this to me overall is just a reiteration, Pisces, that you are more powerful than you recognize. You are ready to step into that power. You are ready to step into that metamorphosis of who you are, who you can be, and present yourself to the world. And when we're like very strong leaders, when we are people who are really true to ourselves, it becomes easier to recognize, how we need to trim the fat, the people in our life that are taking our energy, that aren't contributing to uplifting our energy. And that is exactly what's going on in this relationship with this person. Now, again, remember, this may not be a romantic relationship. This may be a friendship that's having this similar drain. This may be a family member. But somebody in your life is just like, sucking up your energy and they're not focused on anything except for themselves. And I'm feeling very proud of you right now, knowing that you are finally able to stand up for yourself and say, nope, not good enough for me. And I think you will see that this will bring you greater joy and happiness in the long run. I hope this is helpful today, Pisces. If it was, hit that thumbs up, do subscribe, and I'll see you next week.